Everybody, you're watching from the green room, and my guest tonight is GG of Glazer Girl. How are you?
I am most groovy. How are you?
Awesome. Doing pretty good. GG, your first single, Amnesia of Me, off your upcoming debut EP, the emotionally charged video. That the song was also released back in July, featuring Zach of Disciples of Verity. Did I say that right?
Yeah,
Verity?
Zach Milanowick.
Yep.
Correct.
Talk about that track and the video.
It's a very important video for me. And the album that it's on, the EP is named for my mother. It's called Mothership, and she suffers with dementia. And I wanted to bring awareness to the illness, but I also wanted to create something that was beautiful that the family could look back upon and that she could look back upon and say, oh, look, there's so and so based on, who's, that she remembers their names and the event. So my mom was involved in, that's my mom in the video.
Right.
And that's my childhood home. And, some people just want to rock out. It's got a lot of information on the experience of the individual. Amnesia of me is really the loss of the self of who I am as
Right.
or as who she is as the time wears on from the illness. So I wanted to make sure there was awareness for dementia and Alzheimer's, a lot of purple in it and the ribbons. And I contacted Alzheimer's awareness, but
Right.
that became the primary song because her condition progresses. And I wanted her to be able to enjoy the moment. She's my biggest fan.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a great video, and definitely something that I've experienced. People in my family going through that, so I've been there, and it's something that the awareness needs to be brought up. So I really liked the video, and I thought it had a good message to it.
I did put a lyric video up in addition for those who like to sing along because it's
Okay.
fun. It's if you don't think about how deep it is and you just want to enjoy it, then it could be good that way. So I did do a lyric video also in addition to a standard video.
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
Your debut EP, Mothership, as you mentioned, features 5 songs. When does that drop?
I'm probably going to drop it when I'm done releasing the individual singles. I think that the public has limited time with our lives to really digest an entire album at one time. So I'm doing a song at a time.
Okay, so when are you going to release the next single?
I released the second single in August.
Okay, okay.
I was called, I don't know if you were sent that one or not.
No, Tom didn't send me that one.
Oh, it's called The Kingdom. It's
Okay.
pretty groovy. And it's multi-genre. You can dance to it, you can rock to it. It's got a great message. It's about getting away from things, getting away from stuff,
Right.
and being more spiritual. We came into the world naked and we're going to go out of the world naked.
Gotcha.
You can't take it with you.
Right.
So that's the essential premise. There's a lot of references to New and Old Testament. You've got the deadly sins. You've got the book of Job. You've got the book of Romans. I do the things that I do not as I should do or ought to do, but I do
Right.
it anyway. So it's essentially, who we are, and the lyric video that's with it, which is also up on YouTube under Glazer Girl, The Kingdom.
Okay.
It kind of is a little bit goth, like Gotham City. It's dark. Uh, you see, families all glued to their TV screens and their their video screens and their phones and their iPads, which is different than what we saw at Disney World as kids up in Orlando.
Right.
World of Tomorrow, and the family is smiling and jovial, and they're at the dining room table or the kitchen table, and a kid has a computer. It's very different. What's happening is there's a lot of not dissension, but there's just a lack of communication. A lot of times kids don't know how to talk to each other in school. They go on a date and they text each other while they're sitting next to each other.
Yep.
So the message is there to let go of the things and try to get back. You know, maybe you thought during the COVID time period that people were home that there was more familial contact because you had to stay away from the technology. But
Right.
every song on the album has its own message.
Right. So that was the second single you released last month. Or are you
Yes.
doing one a month? Is that what you're trying to do, or?
I'm trying to, but I'm getting a lot of play on what's currently out. So I was going to do one at the end of this month. I might wait a couple weeks more before doing that.
Okay.
Go into the following month, into October. I'm not sure. That one will probably be the one called The Liar's Way, in which, you know, that one's not so much having a message in as much as accept yourself. You don't intend to hurt people, but sometimes you get into things with people and God, you could see them falling for you and you really, really are into them. And
Right.
you're not quite at the same place as that individual. So it's like, do you get out of it? And you're like, you know, or are you're the one, maybe you're the one who's in love and they're not quite there. So
Right.
we don't intend to lie. It's an omission of truth, and it's called The Liar's Way. And it doesn't
Okay.
put blame on anybody. It's just the reality of the situation.
Cool. Cool. So you've been on the rocking on the scene since 2009. You were fronted a metal band, I read, before doing your solo project. Is there a big difference between going from a band where you're fronting it and going to your solo project? Was there a big adjustment for you?
It was a little to digest that. I would say there is a difference. It's a control issue. It's having the same goals. If you don't have the same goals, if you don't have the same plans, you know, I in 2009, you know, you're playing bars. You're basically selling beer. You're playing bars.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and as time progressed and trying to put together other bands, and then things not necessarily panning out the way you want to, it's a constant state of over and over. And then when you finally do find a good fit, or you think is a good fit, and it's getting where you want it to go, and it's snowballing, and yeah. But then you find out people aren't necessarily having as much fun, or they have different ideas, or maybe they just want to play bars. They don't want to go beyond that. And then there's those of us who have bigger dreams. Oh, I hear the dog bark.
Those guys are nuts.
And that that tends to so it's more of a cover scene down here. You have to go further north to do your originals, although there are a few places here and there spotted down here. Definitely a difference in terms of what you want to accomplish, who you want to be in touch with and stay in touch with versus the band thing. If you have a good band situation, everybody's on the same page. It's
Right.
amazing. It's amazing. And there's a lot of camaraderie, and that's awesome. But it's not just music. Music is, unfortunately, because of social media, it is a business. You can't
Right.
just sell records anymore. Once you had BitTorrent, or what was that other one that Metallica got all over them?
Napster.
Napster. That was
Napster.
the end of it. You
Yeah.
have to perform out to make any money in it. But for me, it's never been about that. It's been about putting what I want out into the world. So for me, this is a good choice. At
Awesome.
least at this moment in time.
Right. Right. Any plans for the rest of 22 besides dropping the rest of the singles and the EP coming out? Any tours, shows?
Not at the moment. I really want to get more material out into the universe. I would like to achieve the messages making their marks with people, that they're remembering something, and then take it from there.
Okay. So that you got any plans going into 23? Just the same thing? Just get your
No,
music out?
23 is around the corner. I got, you know, putting this together took 2 years.
Okay.
So it takes a while. You have to
Yeah.
have the right combination of sound, production, editing, mastering. Who are you going to use for marketing? Who's your publicist? Who's your booking agent? Who is
Oh,
your
yeah.
graphic artists, these things are, they're not 1, 2, 3.
Right.
They
A lot of,
become 1, 2, 3 when you develop those relationships.
right.
So, of course, if someone's saying to me, "Hey, we want you to do blah blah blah," of course, we were the metal band I was in. We were supposed to actually open for a small national a couple times right before COVID, and
Mm,
then and open a metal fest up in
right.
Tennessee. And then 2020 hit, and things kept getting postponed and
Yeah.
postponed, and then our bandmates get restless, and what do we do now? And it affects people.
Oh
It
yeah.
changed. The whole game has changed.
Yeah. COVID just put a wrench in everything, and
Yep.
it's starting to recover in the last year or so, but it's still not the same as it was.
Right.
Um, so where can we find your music and see what's going on with you?
You can go to Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, Apple Music, and I don't know, there's a lot of weird names. If you go through like DistroKid, they have like a bazillion, I don't know, media things.
Right.
There's some podcasters who are spinning the music on their shows, so that's very cool. But if you're looking for it for streaming, downloading, whatever they call it now, to purchase, just to listen to it, add it to your playlist, I would probably just go to your basic ones that we started with to get your hands on. You just look up Glazer Girl, which is one word, and then the name of the song. So right now,
Okay.
two are out there. I've taken everything else down from my past life. It's a different animal. When the third one comes out, I'm actually working on a video right now for that. So I should have that by the end of the month, and then I'll know what I'm going to do with that release.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Um, Once again, my guest has been GG of Glazer Girl, and be sure to check her out. Links will be in the description below on the video, and to find her music and social media and all that. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see some interviews with some cool rock stars. And GG, thanks again for taking time to chat with us on the Green Room, and look forward to doing it again in the future.
Thank you, Brian. It was a good time.
Yep. Until next time, we'll have this been from the Green Room.